So you're going on a cruise. Yay! Everyone wants to give you advice. Yay! You can get advice from your friends, your coworkers, awesome YouTubers. But most of the time that advice is pretty standard, right? Pretty run-of-the-mill things like don't overpack, take sunscreen, make sure you do this or that in the port, don't drink too much, get the drink package, don't get the drink package, whatever. We've shared this kind of stuff on tons of other videos, and we'll probably do so again. But today we want to talk about some things maybe you haven't heard of, maybe you haven't thought of, maybe are a little less common. So hey, let's get to it.
All right, first thing, put away your alcohol. Now, we're not talking about what you buy on the cruise. We're talking about the people that sneak alcohol onto the ship. Now, we're not condoning it.
No.
We don't do it. We're not judging those that do. We know that there are lots of people that do it.
Do or try to.
Yeah, that try to. But if you do happen to get it smuggled onto the ship.
Smugglers, like Han Solo or something.
Put it away, because you know what? If you went through all that trouble and you leave it out, your cabin steward comes in, that they're going to be forced to remove it. You know, so if you do, put it away.
Right. Well, I mean, there are fake shampoo bottles or whatever that you can get out there, whatever. Don't leave it like next to your empty cocktail glass and whatever. And again, we're not trying to condone it. We're just, look, if you did it, you want to do it, whatever, do it. It's up to you. But
for us, it's not worth it.
Just be smart about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about that. Hey, here's another thing that, now obviously one of the most common things we even said in the intro, take sunscreen, right? But here's some, make sure you don't make some like common mistakes with sunscreen. Like we've seen the videos where people, they like smear the sunscreen on and they got random spots. Or a friend of mine, we were talking about this the other day. I had actually asked a friend who cruises, and I said, what's some uncommon advice? He's like, make sure you get the sunscreen, everywhere. He said, he said he knew he was going to be in the water all day. I think he went to Mr. Sancho's. And so he just put sunscreen on the upper half of his body and then didn't realize that he was going to be out in the sun as much as he was. And he said it was awful because like the next 3 days I couldn't even hardly get out of bed because my legs were so sunburned. It seems pretty common sense to me, but
that would have been a sight. Like, that appears fine, but totally.
And the funny thing is that the friend, he's a smart guy, so maybe he thought he was being smart. I don't know.
Well, like Ron said, we've all seen pictures of people that have the stripes and the streaks or this
designs.
and that. Yeah, designs or a smiley face. But just make sure you get it right, and be sure to reapply often, especially if you're in the water.
Right. Yeah.
Getting in and out of the water, I mean.
Hey, thanks for watching our video. We'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos.
And for more tips and tricks and cruising information, please check us out on our other channel, Sandy Sun Travel.
And if you're looking to plan a cruise or any other vacation, head on over to sandysuntravel.com where we can help you plan your dream vacation. Plus, if you're feeling lucky, you can scroll down the page to a spot where you can enter to win a dream vacation.
In advance. Okay, here's another thing, and I think we've said this before, but I think that it's I don't think enough people do it.
I don't think enough people realize that they should do it.
Yeah, that's probably
because you don't know until you know.
Right. Well, that's true. But pay attention to your onboard account for a couple of reasons. One, it's so easy to charge a bunch of money up on your bill, or maybe your kids are buying, sodas or candy or whatever, and they're charging it up in the video arcade or, whatever it might be. Or, you used more in the casino than you thought. Check your app. Ask for a printout a day or two before the end of your cruise. And even beyond some of the spending that you might accidentally do. It's not common, but sometimes incorrect charges will pop up on your bill. And if they do, just be sure to go to guest services. Yeah.
We've had an error pop up on ours. I don't know why that was hard, but whatever. But a few times, and we just took it to guest services and they quickly took care of it. And another thing that should seriously be common sense, but We have found that if you are calm and confident when you talk to them and interact with guest services, they usually react with the same kind of energy. Just be kind to people. Don't, this is wrong, and start, you're going to, there's
You big dummy.
there's no good that's going to come out of that.
You a dummy. Your mama was a dummy. No, don't do that.
Stop. Just remember, guest service people are people.
Right. There you go. Treat them like people.
Exactly.
All right, so here's another one. It's a big complaint for a lot of cruisers, and that's slamming doors. And
we've had some slammers.
yeah, those doors on the ship, they're due to the kind of need for safety. Those doors are often very heavy because they're either fireproof or waterproof or whatever proof, and they can slam easily because they've got the self-closers on them, right?
They're all those proofs, but they're definitely not soundproof.
They're not soundproof. No, that's another thing to pay attention to. The sound travels, so don't argue loudly behind the doors or whatever loudly.
Yeah.
Especially another thing that they can slam easy is if your balcony door is open for one reason or another, and then you go through your room door, somehow it creates some sort of a vacuum, and I mean just slams hard. So be mindful of this. Obviously, we've slammed doors, not intentionally. We know about it, and we still do it from time to time. Yeah. So again, just kind of think about it. And another thing, we've seen so many comments. Not every balcony. There's more and more getting the sliding doors, but if your balcony has this kind of door. If your balcony door swings open, just again try to pay attention to that. So try not to be a door slammer. And
when walking around the ship, be aware of your surroundings and people around you. Don't just abruptly stop in the middle of a hallway like someone's behind you and they run into you. Just think about it.
An accordion.
Or if you're walking down the hallway and you see someone coming your direction, or even a staff, one of the staff members, just move to the side. Mm-hmm. Just be kind, be polite.
Right. Another thing going along with the hallways, if we said, talking loudly in your room can come out, the same thing can be said if you're walking in the hallway and you're talking to each other down the hallway.
We've heard some arguments down the hallway.
Yeah, or not even arguments, just people excited to get to the pool or, wherever they're going. So just think about that. It's kind of like you're in someone's residential area or something. Now, another thing, smile, because you're on camera. There are cameras everywhere on cruise ships. I mean, all over the place. In fact, they're in the vicinity of your balconies too. So just be mindful that there are cameras everywhere. Now, they are there to help improve safety. They do work. It's not like that ADT sign that you stole from your neighbor and put in front of your house. They really work. Don't assume that if you're alone, no one's watching. Sometimes people want to take a little souvenir from the ship, maybe their room number or Lord knows what. Don't do it. They can see it. They know who you are. Or steal something from someone. They left their bag on the Lido deck, and shame on them for leaving it, but shame on you if you decide to, or whomever, if they decide to take something out of that bag. It's a very good chance that you're on camera.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
my earring was doing something weird. Sorry.
Not to mention, everybody has a camera on their phone now, and so if you're being a bad cruiser,
you might find yourself on YouTube.
You might be YouTube famous.
Okay, next topic. Chafing issues. Now, this could really be a problem. Something that a lot of people don't think about. But if you're headed somewhere warm like the Caribbean,
sure,
there's a whole lot more humidity. You are usually walking a whole lot more, so
the way I eat, I need to walk more.
It's just something to think about. It could create a problem.
Right. Now, there's a variety of powders and creams available. I bought one, I think it's called Monkey Butt. And I don't know, I'll try to find a picture of it and put it up here. But that can help you. There's anti-chafing creams and lotions, I think. And then there are a variety of undergarment options that are designed to help with chafing too. Now, I think they're designed for mostly for athletic, running and whatnot. They're a little longer, but they work just as well on a cruise. That's been my go-to solution, so maybe that'll work for you.
Well, speaking of underwear, make sure you put away any special outfits that you may have packed to make your alone time a little more exciting.
Or for that matter, if you brought along something to spice things up, maybe you put that away too.
Yeah.
Those cabin stewards are in and out so much of the cabins, and you never know. I mean, obviously, they know when you're not in your cabin.
Right.
But if you leave it out, they might see it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you.
Right.
I don't know. Just do your thing. Just try to be courteous to the crew. I'm sure those cabin stewards have seen
Everything.
but you know, just be nice. So hopefully this list helps you out as you're planning your next cruise. We're wondering, these are kind of uncommon, but we're wondering if you ran into some situation or something that you're like, hey, people ought to know this. Well, put it in the comments below so we can share it in our next video. We'd love to hear it, and it'll help other people out too. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.